Good afternoon to everyone. Today I am here to discuss about Introduction to Pharmacotherapeutics. First slide, we are going to discuss about what do you mean by pharmacotherapeutics. It is a study of therapeutic use and effects of the drug. It is derived from two words, pharmakon, which means the drug, and therapeutic means diagnosis or treatment of any disease. It is a branch of pharmacology which deals with the drug absorption, distribution, elimination, and their action or effects. The branches of pharmacotherapeutics includes pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics. Pharmacokinetics is what the body does to the drug, and pharmacodynamics is what the drug does to the body. So pharmacokinetics includes drug absorption, distribution, and elimination. So here we are going to see about absorption. When we consume the medicine, then it is dissolved or broken down into smaller or absorbable particle absorbed by the different route according to the solubility and protein receptor binding capacity. This is known as absorption. And then next one, distribution. After the completion of absorption, drugs are distributed to effective area through the blood or other connective tissues, and finally binds to specific receptors and shows their action. Distribution is also based on the solubility and protein receptor binding capacity. The next step is drug elimination. Drug elimination, on the basis of bioavailability of any drug, the drug is excreted or eliminated from the body. It is the last step in pharmacokinetics. Then comes pharmacodynamics, the second branch of pharmacotherapeutics. It involves systemic effects and the cellular effects. It means the definition, pharmacodynamics is what the drug does to the body. So, systemic effects, in this branch, we study about the drug action on body organs and their responses. Different chemicals show the different mechanism of action on the different body parts. Cellular effects, when the drugs are absorbed, they reach the cell and binds to the specific cell receptors and carry on the metabolism. Then, the scope of pharmacotherapeutics. What are the scope of pharmacotherapeutics? The study of pharmacotherapeutics focuses on the relationship between drugs and their safe and efficient use by humans. It ensures a proper and rational use of drug, determination of therapeutic activities, selection of most appropriate drug, dosage, and duration of treatment considering the stage of the disease of a patient. Objectives. The main objectives of pharmacotherapeutics is to enhance the safety of prescription, maximize the effect of the drug, and to minimize the side effects. Second one, to prepare individualized therapeutic plan based on the diagnosis. Third one, define therapeutic goal to improve a patient's quality of life while minimizing harmful effects such as adverse drug reaction, etc. Then, to maintain drug therapy costs and provide quality and effective treatment for the patient. Fifth one, ensure patient compliance to the medications. Last one, to avoid medical errors. Then, what do you mean by rational use of medicines? Rational use of medicines means prescribing the right medicines in an adequate dose for sufficient duration to produce appropriate therapeutic action for the patient at the lowest cost. It is an important vital caretaker aspects or subjects included in the pharmacodynamics because of body mechanism of persons varies individually due to the involvement of RUM. Here, the diagram shows what are the requirements for rational use of drugs other than the definition. It includes a right dose, right frequency of administration, right route of administration, right follow-up, right indication, right dosage for, right duration of treatment, and right information to the patient. Next one, rational drug uses implies the correct drug, appropriate indication and selection with respect to efficacy, safety, suitability for the patient, and cost. The tools which have been identified to implement the rational use of medicines effectively are essential medicine list, standard treatment guidelines, and drug formulary. These three topics we are going to discuss in upcoming slides elaborately. Then next one, the steps. The steps which are involved to remind prescribers or physicians of the rational approaches to therapeutics. It involves first step, define the patient's problem. This means making the right diagnosis is based on pieces of information like the complaint as described by the patient, a detailed history, physical examination, laboratory tests, x-rays, and other investigations which we receive from the patients. The informations which we receive from the patients is included in the first step. Then second one, specify the therapeutic objective. Doctors must clearly state their therapeutic objectives based on the pathophysiology underlying the clinical situation. Third one, selecting the therapeutic strategies. The selected strategy should be discussed with the patient. It includes non-pharmacological treatment or pharmacological treatment. Non-pharmacological treatment means does not always need medicine for the treatment of the condition. Health problems can be resolved by a change in lifestyle, dietary habits, use of physiotherapy or exercise, provision of adequate psychological support, and other non-pharmacological treatments. It is known as non-pharmacological treatment. And pharmacological treatment provide the correct group of drugs to treat the disease. It must be remembered that each drug has adverse effects. Then prescription writing. The prescription is the link between the prescriber, the pharmacist, and the patient. So it is important for successful management of presenting medical condition. The instructions and medicines are covered in more detail in the prescription. Then giving information, instructions, and warnings. This step is important to ensure patient adherence and is covered in detail in the following section. This means it involves the details which we are giving to the patient for knowing the disease condition, the medications, etc. It improves the medication adherence of a patient. Then last one, monitoring treatment. This means we are monitoring the outcome which we receive from the treatment. Evaluation of the follow-up and the outcome of treatment provides information on whether the patient's problem is solved or to reformulate if necessary. Evidence-based medicine. Evidence-based medicine is a systemic approach to a medicine in which doctors and other healthcare professionals use the best available scientific evidence from clinical research to help make decisions about the care of individual patients. The significance of evidence-based medicine includes it provides cost-effective medical care. Then it promotes consistency of treatment and optimal outcomes. It helps to establish national standards of patient care. It keeps doctors and other healthcare professionals updated. It identifies and promotes practices that work and eliminates those that are ineffective or harmful. And here, when the doctors look at the research before recommending a treatment, they are using evidence-based medicine. A physician's clinical experience and the patient's values and evidence plays an important role in the process of using evidence to make decisions. This figure shows the components of evidence-based medicine. That is, patient values, best medicine, and clinical expertise. These three make up a evidence-based medicine. The evidence-based medicine, it is a systemic approach and an ongoing process. The 5 steps which are involved in evidence-based medicine are as follows. First one, ask a question. It means converting information needs into a answerable questions. Second one, find the evidence. That is best evidence, finding best evidence. Third one, appraising the evidence for its validity and usefulness. That is evaluating the evidence which we have received as best evidence. Then step 4, applying the results of appraisal into clinical practice. Applying the evidence into clinical practice. And last one, evaluating the outcomes or performance. Thank you.